Why did you save me? I was created by him.
Every hero has a weakness.
But the ritual was activated because of me.
There's still time.
We have until the sun is completely eclipsed. But how are you going to enter the building? The entrance is...
Where there's a will, right?
Mother?
Yes, it is true that we are not tied by blood. But our ties are bound by history and experience, which is much deeper than blood. Now go. Everything I know, I have passed on to you. You are my daughter.
Thank you, Mother.
What's up, everybody? This is RadTechShoe, and I am bringing you part 10 of my Devil May Cry 2 LP Lucia storyline. So we're gonna go ahead and look up the power-up menu. And I gotta say, I do like the Lucia storyline as in opposed to the Dante storyline a little bit more, just a little bit more. I mean, they're both intertwined storylines, but I like the Lucia storyline because her character is growing. She's not, in a sense, maturing. She's just coming to terms with who and what she is. And, it shows the fact that Mathieu loves and accepts her regardless of whether she was born a human, born a demon. It doesn't matter. And so I think that's a good moral that they threw into her storyline. Anyway, come right over here right off the bat, and we're going to head into this secret room and just beat the crap out of a bunch of blood goats. And at this point, if you noticed, I believe that was Secret Room 9. There are only 10 secret rooms for the Lucia playthrough. For her storyline, she only has 10 rooms. So this is the second to last secret room right here. And as you can tell, blood goats are pretty much pushovers. They've been, blood goats and goatlings. Abyss goats are kind of more dangerous. But even still, any of the goat variants really aren't too bad, so long as you know when to devil trigger and when to attack them. And just dodge, evade, and roll. And as you can tell, I'm actually doing fairly decent on these guys. They haven't been able to touch me because I devil trigger at the right time in order to keep them off me. And so, yeah, for the most part, that was a nice little warm-up. Not even a real battle. So, now we're in the city of... Well, we're back in the same city where Dante had to go through when he had to activate all these orbs in order to release the powers of the demon world. Or at least to make them more intensified. So, for the most part, as you can tell, that's what we're going to be doing here. We got to attack 4 of these orbs, activate them, and then the demon world's powers will be completely intensified to the max. So let's just deal with all these blood goats. Activate this orb when we're done. Oh, no, not blood goats, abyss goats, my bad. See, they're all, I don't know, I can't really tell the difference between an abyss goat and a blood goat based on appearance. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just insensitive to their cultural differences. But whatever. Now that they're all dealt with, we're going to go attack this orb, and then we will move on. Alright, so I'm just going to run along the rooftops up here. There's going to be enemies that spawn down on the street, but I'm not going to even bother with them. Once I get over here to this red orb statue, head thing, whatever, the enemies will vanish and they won't pursue me any further. So we're just going to attack this thing, get as many red orbs as we can, and then we will move on. And down this hallway, we will encounter Emsiras. These enemies... I'm not going to pass up. I'm going to stick around and have a little fun with these guys. I can't just bypass all the enemies. I have to kill some things in order to get a good amount of red orbs. So pretty much, this mission is fairly simple. The locations of the orbs that we have to attack are different. They're hidden in certain areas. Well, they're not hidden, really. They're just located in different positions. So, for the most part, it's the same mission as Dante had when he did this area. However, the orbs are located differently. And in one other place, where Dante's second demon orb activation area, that area, it doesn't have one for Lucia. Instead, what it has is a nice little surprise for us, and I'll point that out as soon as when we go get it. But once we deal with all these Mceras, we're just going to move on and go to that area directly. It's just the Mceras, they're easy, but there's so many of them it just takes a while to deal with all this. So, for the most part, we also will be getting a new weapon in this mission. And once I level up that weapon, it will be my standard default melee weapon. It will replace Lucia's Cutlass Ears for me. Because it does the same thing as the Cutlass Ears, but instead of having less damage like the Claymore, it does more damage, which is very, very useful. So here we got our second orb. We're going to attack it, activate it, and the demon powers will be intensified even further. Okay, so we're going to jump up into that gap, head in here. Now, as I stated earlier, this is where Dante's second orb was. But instead of an orb, we have a complete whole blue orb. Not a fragment, but a whole blue orb. So this is definitely something, it's an easy blue orb you definitely don't want to miss. And you don't even have to fight all the enemies if you don't want to. You can just run in here, grab the blue orb, then, make haste and just get out of here. And the enemies can't really do anything. Like I said, these are Mceras and Mancers, so the Bronomancers and Oromancers here, they're not going to be able to stop you if you just want to grab it and run. But I'm just deciding to, stick around, finish them off. These are enemies that aren't really too much of a problem, and there's a lot of them, so it gives me good chances for a lot of red orbs, or at least a decent amount. As you can tell, I'm not able to really get like a showtime on these guys because that's the one thing I don't like about Mancers. They don't hold still long enough for me to pick them apart and get a decent ranking. And their health is so little compared to the Mceras right now. So anyway, I'm just going to finish these guys off, and when I do, I will leave this area and we will continue with the mission. Okay, now that they're all dead, we can finally leave, and the third orb we have to attack and activate is actually right down this hall. Grab the red orbs, head down, make a sharp left, or Lucia's left, our right, and bam, there's the third one right there. So now we're on our way to get our new weapons. Enemies will come on in to try and harass us, but I'm just going to go over here and get these weapons first. We got the Zombok. The Zombok is, like I said, out of all three weapons, it's Lucia's strongest, which might not seem like a big difference, but once you level it up, it actually feels, I don't know if it's actually doing a much larger amount of damage, or if it could just be a placebo effect on me. But it does feel a little bit more powerful, and since Lucia's not making really much a sacrifice in terms of range, I really don't see any reason to not use it. I wouldn't use the Claymore because I'm not gaining any real distance from my enemies. because Lucia's a very short-range character anyway. So there's absolutely no reason to not use the Zombox if they actually do more damage to the enemies. So as you can tell right here, I'm just going to use my daggers, and I'm just going to pick apart all the Demon Chorus and the Savage Golems, and try and get a showtime, and try and keep my showtime while, so I can get the most red orbs I can in this area. So right here, we're going to try and finish off the last of the Demon Chorus and Savage Golems. Die, you little bastard. Die. Alright. That's one of the things I do like about this game, is the fact that your ranged weapons can keep the rating whatever you're at. Whereas in the last game, I think if you used your pistols or any ranged weapon for too long, the rating would disappear. So I like the fact that your ranged attacks can keep your current combo rating alive for indefinitely. As long as you keep hitting someone, then your combo stays alive. Anyway, we're going to come on all the way down here. Turn left, head down this way. We got to go attack the 4th orb, and then we got to go finish off the mission with a boss battle. So, right up here, the 4th orb is over here. It's not hanging in midair like it was for Dante. This kind of eluded me at first when I first did a test playthrough, because I was like, wait, where is it? You know, and I'm like, oh yeah, and I kind of forgot about this ledge up here. So we're going to hop down. Mancers are going to appear, but we're just going to ignore them. We're going to head through to an all too familiar scene. So you can guess who we're going to fight for the boss battle. Storyline-wise, I don't think it makes any sense, but whatever. I'll roll with it. So anyway, we're going to head over here. We're going to investigate around the areas, look for red orbs and stuff. But for the most part, there's nothing really hidden here, so let's just go start the boss battle. Deja vu, we are fighting Phantom. So, like I said, this is, storyline-wise, I don't think this makes much sense. I don't know why Lucia would be fighting Phantom, and if she is fighting Phantom, is she fighting Phantom before Dante gets to him, or after Dante gets to him? Because I'm not really sure what happens. I'm not sure why this is the way it is. I wish they could have, you know, like, made it so that we know that there was a dialogue exchange between Lucia and Phantom, and then a dialogue exchange between Dante and Phantom, so that we know who's fighting who first. And, you know, like I said, some of those boss battles just don't feel very legit boss battles, because they just don't make sense. It makes no sense why Lucia would be fighting Phantom. Dante, yes, because the little message at the beginning of the mission, Dante said he would be opening a gate to the past, and I'm like, okay, fighting Phantom makes sense. That's what that phrase hints that it that's the concept that the phrase alluded to at the beginning of the mission in the Dante playthrough, that we would open up a gate to the past. Therefore, fighting someone from the past makes sense. So, why Lucia is fighting Phantom makes absolutely no sense to me. But anyway, once we defeat Phantom, this will be the end of the mission. It's the same battle as it was with Dante, so just keep wailing at him, and we will say goodbye to our beloved friend. Okay, now that he's dead for the 3rd time, I think. Yeah, we killed him once in the first game, once with Dante in this game, and now once with Lucia, so Phantom just has this, he dies almost as much as Kenny from South Park. But anyway, we're all done with this mission, and I will see you all in the next mission. Later, guys.